Hi guys, and welcome back to Ask Nikki P. So I'm going to jump right into today's email question. Hi Nikki, I am in the process of getting back together with my ex-boyfriend after a year and a half of being separated. We didn't have any other relationships during that time that we were apart. My question to you is, how do I tell my parents that we are getting back together? It was easy-ish telling them the first time, but now it seems a lot harder and more awkward. What is your advice for this? Okay, my advice for you would be to just tell them and let them know how awkward it feels. I would go to them. I mean, your parents are people, so they lived a lot of life before you were born, and no matter how straight edge, if that's the right word, although I just found out apparently being straight edge is way more than just being a goody two shoes. Anyways, no matter how straight edge and perfect your parents may seem, they're people and they've lived life. So I would go to them and tell them, guys, it's kind of awkward for me to bring up, but I obviously want to let you know you're my parents. I don't want to sneak around because that's weird, but I am in the process of getting back together with, we'll just call him Brian, with Brian. Now, I know that might be shocking to you, and I know that it's been rough, but I hope that you guys would understand in living your lives and the experience that you've had that I really like him and I really want to try to be with him again. I would just be honest, but let them know that it feels awkward. I always say this, that I think letting people know that it's slightly uncomfortable, sometimes there is kind of a fake it till you make it, so I'm actually gonna stop myself. There is in life situations, I think, where it's just fake it and then it'll happen. But I think there are other situations, especially sometimes when you're having a heart-to-heart with someone, to let them know that it's a little awkward or a little hard because they're gonna read it anyway. So if you try to cover it up, it can seem even more awkward and forced than just telling them yo, I'm really uncomfortable. Don't say the word yo unless you want to. But yeah, so that's how I would go about doing it. It's just telling them straight up and letting them know that it's uncomfortable, the process of telling them. So good luck with that. And then today's Twitter question is, how do you know when a relationship is over? Now I'm trying to think exactly about what you mean by that. I think if you mean how do you know when it's over, I think if you've broken up, that probably means it's over. But if you mean how do you know if you should try to work things out and stay together, or if it's time to move on, that's a really good question. I'm gonna say, if it's the second part, that the way you know when it's time to move on is being honest with yourself before you're ever in a relationship. I think that it won't be as much of a struggle if you've really been honest with yourself about what you want in a relationship. So this is just an example for me. I'm not saying this is what everyone else wants, but I knew when I was dating people that I wanted to eventually marry someone that was a Christian, someone that hopefully was saving themselves for marriage like I was. That wasn't a dead out, if someone else had done it, as long as they respected the fact that I didn't want to, that was fine to me. But that was a big one, was the sex thing. And then there were kind of, after that, the rest were kind of floofy things to me, how well we got along, how he fought. I knew I didn't want to fight with someone who fought really dirty, whether A, they got physical, or B, they got really verbally abusive or name called. Oh, I also knew I did not want to be with someone who made me feel stupid, ever again. I had been with a guy who made me feel so stupid, and I know I'm not stupid. I know that that's a side of me, but that's not I don't know, whatever. I don't think anyone's fully stupid. I'm getting off track. Anyways, setting those priorities with you, the things that you're dude, this is important, this is what I want, helps a lot when you're in a relationship, knowing whether or not it's right or whether you should end it. In terms of the actual timing once you're in it, I don't know. I mean, I have friends that have broken up, gotten together, broken up, gotten together, broken up, gotten together, and then they ended up getting married, but then I have other friends, well, I don't even know. The rest of the sentence wasn't even gonna make sense. I hate when I start talking and I don't even know what I'm gonna say. The point is, only you can know that, but I would really recommend to everyone out there that's dating that they sit down and they get really, really honest about the things that they have to have. And I'm not talking about well, he has to be tall, he has to be cute, he has to be funny. That's nice and all, but those are not the things that are gonna help you find a long-lasting marriage. the things that are gonna help you find a long-lasting marriage are all things that are based on, in my opinion, your morals and your friendship together. Because life gets hard and challenging, and it has its ups and its downs. And you know, he may have his face burned out and lose his leg and be really short and not as cute anymore. You know what I mean? Like, so that's not what it should be based on. It should be based on things that can last. You know, you're not a fortune teller, you don't know what's gonna happen, but in terms of making an educated guess, those would be the things I would say to look for. So that is my answer to that question. I feel like that was long. Now for the Twitter question. Oh, okay, this is very shallow, but just so you guys know, Shayna actually helps me with these videos. I told you guys that. She like picks the questions for me on Twitter and my email. So this one is just kind of fun. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? I haven't eaten in years, but Moose Tracks. Does anyone know what Moose Tracks are? That's the ice cream that's vanilla with fudge, I think, and caramel, and then peanut butter cups. So freaking good. So that is my favorite ice cream flavor, peeps. So send your messages to asknikkiP@gmail.com or hashtag AskNikkiP, and I will see you next time. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Bye.